guess you know Dealey Plaza was flooded with spooks 50 years ago. One young spook at the scene may have been George H.W. Bush, who was working deep cover for the CIA through his fledgling oil company Zapata, building platforms in the Gulf of Mexico, some of which were designed as resupply depots for the anti-Castro network operating out of Miami. The Miami CIA office had become the biggest in the world outside Langley, and they had been training an army of refugees to retake Cuba from the commies. Check out the picture of someone who looks just like Bush in front of the school book depository. By the way, Bush says he can't remember where he was when JFK was murdered, despite several FBI memos relating his interest in the case. Also, if that isn't Bush standing on the steps of the depository, whoever it might be has never come forward to clear Bush from any involvement. A very important and very secret CIA operation against Cuba involved the CIA's most gung-ho boom and bang cowboy, William Wild Bill Harvey, teaming up with mafia assassin Johnny Roselli to kill Castro, a mission JFK apparently decided to shut down after the Cuban Missile Crisis. Both Bush and Roselli developed a fondness for speedboats used to ferry weapons and explosives into Cuba. But when JFK discovered the CIA's anti-Castro operations weren't being shut down, he forcibly closed the training camps and told James Angleton to fire William Harvey. Instead, Harvey was quietly moved to Italy and then secretly consulted for the JFK hit. There were a lot of CIA people in Dallas that day, although most may not have known much about what was going to happen. In the CIA, everything tends to get compartmentalized and very much on the need-to-know basis. The first piece of evidence to tie Bush to the assassination was a memo written by J. Edgar Hoover the day after the assassination that revealed George Bush and the CIA reported by phone on the activities of some misguided Cubans. One wonders what the purpose of this memo was. Was Hoover tying a Bush family member into the scene to cover his own ass? I guess you know CIA Cuban exiles provided the support team that assisted JFK's CIA mob assassination team. And it's only because of the testimony of some mob figures and Cuban exiles that we know what happened that day, as no one from inside the CIA has ever spoken out, or at least spoken out and lived. But then something even more interesting turned up more recently. This memo was written on the day of the assassination and claims private citizen George Bush called the FBI immediately after the assassination to point a finger at a student named James Parrott. Was this call really placed from Tyler, Texas? And how easy would it have been to place a phone call from a hotel in Dallas and route it through an office in Tyler for the sole purpose of giving Bush an alibi? No doubt Harvey assisted Angleton in building the MI5 CIA Mossad Vatican alliance, a base that gave him immense influence. Even after Angleton was removed as head of counterintelligence and painted as a paranoid fool by many inside the agency, he could not be fired nor fully retired, as his field operatives were just too important. Roselli was not so lucky. After participating in the JFK assassination and helping with the cover-up, Roselli thought he was untouchable. He was railroaded into jail and while there spilled the beans on the assassination. When he got out, he would turn up in pieces in an oil drum floating in Biscayne Bay, where he had once raced his favorite speedboat on runs to Cuba and back. Knowing handsome Johnny's penchant for profit, one might assume Johnny was running guns and explosives one way while bringing drugs back the other.